The password is ICDC ATL, case sensitive. Now, competitive events. How many of you are in a Principles of Marketing event? Raise your hand, please. Straight elbow. All right. You will have one role play, okay? However, if you are doing any of the other individual events, you will have two. If you are doing a team event, straight elbow. Okay. You will be doing your role play on Thursday afternoon. Now, there's one change, and I'll repeat this. If you are in the sports marketing individual event, they are having you do your role plays on Thursday, and I'll repeat that shortly. Okay, if you are presenting a written event, an IVP or VORE, stand up. Come on, stand up tall. Be proud. All right, stand up. Very good. All right. These students have been working on their 30-page project since August. You folks are presenting your papers in addition to your events. You will be presenting Friday morning. You will be busy. And I will have your times for you probably Thursday morning. All right. Have a seat now. Very good. Folks, departure. I still have kids coming up to me saying, where are we going? So they get the look. We are leaving Thursday morning, next Thursday. We need you in the Hough bus lot by 9:30. We will have 4 buses, and they are named DECA. You should have signed up for one by now. And I know kids complain, why do we have to sign up for buses? If you've ever tried to check in 200 kids, it's like herding cats. So we give you a bus, and that way we can check in quickly. So if you're not sure what bus you're on, Mr. Wade, should I send them to you? We will give you the look. All right. Questions have come up about, do I go to first period? Your teachers have already received a roster with your name on it. You have 2 code zeros absences, Thursday and Friday. I'm going to send that roster again to them. Now, some of you, I think Jill and Marcia, you have an exam Thursday morning, and you're going to go to that exam. That's fine. But no, you are excused. Otherwise, I will encourage you to sleep in that day. We are going to be up late, and it's going to be a long 3 days. So if you do not have any tests, I will encourage you to sleep in, come on campus about 9:30. However, that decision is between you and your parents. Now, if you do decide to come in early, luggage. Mr. Jackson, we could fit some luggage in my room, couldn't we? Okay. Maybe in my room, A221, Miss Thornton. Maybe in your room. But let me know if you do have a question on that. Okay, hotel information. Folks, you should have a blue sheet, front and back. There's your map. And we'll be going over the schedule shortly, but that shows everything where you need to be. It is a big hotel, and one of our challenges
that's the look.
One of our challenges is that there is only about 5 elevators, and there are going to be 2,300 students there. So I encourage you, it's easy to take the stairs down to the mezzanine, so please plan accordingly. Advisors, we have provided our cell phone numbers to you. Please be respectful in your use of those, please. And also, let's start with the agenda. So you should have a white agenda front and back. Let's take a minute to go over that. And folks, if you have questions that you think appeal to the whole group, we'll have a question and answer session toward the end. If you have a question that just deals with your child, if you would see us afterwards. All right, folks, our goal is to depart from the parking lot by 10 a.m. Please don't be late. And yes, you do need to be in DECA dress. We cannot promise that your hotel rooms will be ready, so just be in DECA dress. Gentlemen, you can put your jacket and your tie over the bus seat and so on. Now, our students are expected to take 2 of the 3 what we call recognition tests. And this is a chance to get on stage, and Hough kids have usually done this. Now, one of them is being offered right as we get there. Some of you may have a chance to take it. Some of you may have to take the other 2. Always have your number 2 pencils with you. And folks, you take the test and you leave. If you lose your wristband or your name badge, folks, you have to go to Sawgrass. I think they charge you $1. So make sure that you keep track of your name badge. It will have all your information on it. And everyone is required to wear a wristband. So you are required to have that. Now, if you are in team decision-making, you folks straightened your elbows already, please note your times. When we get there, in your envelope, in fact, when you get up to the suite, each room will have one of these. These are the biggest envelopes I could find. If you are in team decision-making, you will have a card inside that tells the time that you and your partner report. My written events people, you will also have a card in here. Your t-shirts will be in here, and also, it's a couple years old, but this is what I call the DECA Bible, and we'll get back to that in a minute. Okay. Now, folks, those of you doing the individual events, note that you have to go pick up a card, and they require that you be in DECA dress. Please note the phases. If you don't show up to pick up your card, I get a call from another teacher saying, "Where was Rhea?" And I have to go track you down. So, again, you are supposed to report there. DECA time. Rhea, what's DECA time? 15 minutes. 15 minutes early. So, if your event starts at 9:30 in the morning, what time should you be there? All right, 15 minutes early. Folks, remember, there's only about 5 elevators. We have 2,300 students there. Do not be late. Be on DECA time. It's a safe way to live. So you pick up your card, and then we have our first opening session. I need you there by 7:45. We have reserved seating. Come in DECA dress, and that is mandatory attendance. Now, chaperones. If you are one of our wonderful chaperones, would you stand up, please? All right. Would you give them a hand? Folks, we have 25 chaperones. 12 of them are Hough staff members, 13 are parents who are giving up 3 days to help chaperone your child. And please know we really appreciate it. Each chaperone is assigned 8 students, 2 rooms. You will find out who your chaperone is when you pick up this. In fact, Brooklyn Beamer, Michaela Benson, Alyssa Sims, Donna Davis is your chaperone. When you get your envelope, you'll know who your chaperone is. You will need to check in with your chaperone. They will have your phone numbers, and it is a good idea just to double check. Now, please don't text your chaperone and say, "I'm at the mall." It's better to say, "Hi, it's Rhea. I'm at the mall," because we're not going to put you in our address book. So please make sure you identify yourself with that one. Okay, folks, each night we have a meeting. When we're this big of a group, we have to have a meeting. We summarize our winnings for the night and just go over what's happening the next day, and that is in Colony Room, and you can look at your map and find out where Colony Room is. And then we have curfew at 11:45. Now, kids have complained, why can't we have curfew at midnight like everyone else? Because there's 200 of you, all right? It takes us a while to check you in. So please respect these curfews, respect your chaperone, and you should be tired anyway. But folks, curfew's 11:45. It doesn't mean we order a pizza at 11:30 or go out and get ice. We need you in your rooms. You all need your beauty rest. Okay, next day. Friday is a very, very busy day. Notice that you do have one of the recognition tests. Bring your pencils, no calculators. Those of you who are doing individual events, you will have got your schedule card the day before. Note where you report. Folks, you competed at district. You saw how big some of these events are. States is the same way, so please be patient. There may be times where you're feeling like you're waiting a long time. Just be patient with the process. Now, I just noticed an error here. Look at the bottom, or about a third of the way through the page, it says RMS. Look below it, it says sports marketing, doesn't it? Cross through that. Because if you're sports marketing, when do you do your role plays? Thursday. Okay, so cross through that. That was a boo-boo, my mistake. Okay, those of you doing written papers, you're between 11 and 3 o'clock, okay? What do you need to bring? Let's see who I can pick on here. Ahmed, stand up. Ahmed, if you're doing a written event, what do you have to bring with you to Greensboro? Your presentation binder. What else that maybe you haven't made yet? Good, you're bored. Folks, please don't forget them. I have had kids that forget them, and parents are saints and overnight it. I'm not that nice. So please pack it, and those of you that are working with partners, make sure you have that packed, because you want to make sure everything goes well the next day. Voting delegates. There are going to be 25 voting delegates. You don't know if you're one yet. We just got the list. When you get your envelope at the hotel, it will have V or VD written on it. You will have a ballot inside. And if you're a voting delegate representing Hough, one of your tasks is to vote for officers for next year. So it's a very important position. And I think they even give you a ribbon to put on your name tag. So that's kind of cool. Now notice we do have a second recognition test, marketing fundamentals. That should be a good one to take. And then we have pizza. 6 o'clock, how many pizzas did you order?
A lot.
Okay, I think Papa John's. Folks,
Yeah,
you
Papa
have
John's.
to check in with your chaperone at that time too. So we're feeding you. And then Friday night's a late night. This is a very tiring night. We need you on DECA time at 9 o'clock, not 9:15, in Guilford area, reserved area, DECA dress. Folks, this is when they start giving out medals. Top tests, top role plays, and so on. And I expect a lot of hardware to be given out to Hough. Again, note our curfew. Now, Saturday. Folks, we have our regional awards for the Metrolina area over there in Imperial D room. We do need you there in DECA dress on DECA time, and this is where they'll be giving out proficiency awards. And then we have, our buses probably will not be there yet. We are going to have a holding area for your luggage. I'm going to encourage you to label your luggage, put a name tag on it, put a cute little pink bow, something to set it apart, just like if you're going through the airport, because we have to put our luggage in a holding area. And then afterwards, when the buses arrive, we'll take the luggage out to the buses. So, grand awards session on DECA time, 11:45. This is the big one. This is where if you earn a trophy, you are eligible to represent North Carolina at international competition, which will be held in Atlanta this year. Now, if you receive a medal, we may bump you. However, please note that the Atlanta trip is a very popular trip. We can only bump people if someone backs out. It's not as apt to happen with this Atlanta trip. So please keep that in mind, but it never hurts to ask. If you win a finalist medal or a trophy, that's Saturday. We do need you to stick around. Everyone else go out to the buses with your luggage, and there will be a briefing by our state advisor that addresses international competition. We expect to return about 4 o'clock. Now, this is where I beg. Please, don't have your child be the one waiting with the teachers. We're going to be exhausted, and we'll probably cranky. And your child is going to feel kind of dumb standing there with us waiting for you. Please be there to pick up your child. I beg you. It's too long of a weekend for us to have to stand there, and your child probably will miss you. So, that is the schedule. Now, point out that this is tentative. The final one will be in your hotel envelope. So, Ricky, if Ricky comes up to me, and I'm just picking on you, and says, Miss Baumgartner, where's my event? I'm going to give him the look. And I'm going to say, look it up. All right? So please make sure you take care of this. I always put my name on mine. All right? Water activities. Officers, can I get your help with this? Folks, CMS, about a year ago, decided that it is in the best interest of our students to not use the swimming pool. It's all liability. So we need a form that is signed by you and by a parent. And if you would make sure you print your name and then sign your name, I know I get a lot of eye rolling on this, but I'm just doing my job. So if you would make sure that it's complete for each child, and Rose, maybe we could put them in the box. Can I put you in charge of this? Thank you. Okay. Oh, that's a lot of forms. Thank you. Okay, spending money. If you're Jenny, you could probably get by on $25 a day. Avery, Romo, you may be a little higher. okay, depending on your caloric needs. Unfortunately, the hotel is not known for cheap food. However, there is a food court at the mall next door. We will have snacks. We try to keep everything stacked up. Water, folks, I'm going to need you to have your own bottle of water, though. We're just not able to keep that in the hotel for you. Okay, dress code.
You want to do it?
Jenny, will you do the dress code? Okay, I'm going to have my officers come up and talk about dress code. Kevin, you might want to come up here since you know something. She said not to stand in front of it.
Okay, so for DECA dress, you all might remember from districts, but we just want to review with you. For the girls, you have a few options. You can wear a blazer and pants with a shirt, and if you're wearing pants, you need to have dress socks with your shoes. Or you can wear a blazer and a skirt with your blouse, and you can have hose if you would like. Hose are not required, but they are highly recommended, and they are very beneficial, so I would recommend them. I'm going to be wearing hose, and you should also bring lots of pairs of them because they'll run. So if you're wearing a dress and your shoulders are covered, you do not have to wear a blazer or a cardigan. And if you're wearing a dress, you can wear a cardigan if you would like to. You don't have to have a blazer for that one. But girls do have to have a blazer if they're wearing a skirt or pants. Dresses are the only thing that you don't have to wear a blazer for. And for the boys, you need to have a suit or a sports coat with khakis and a dress shirt. And you need to have a tie. It can be a straight tie or a bow tie. And you need to have your dress shoes and your dress socks. And I have seen people, like the adults that are working, will sometimes check for your dress socks. So if you're not wearing them, you will get turned away back to your hotel room until you can figure it out and go back. And then you'll be late and it will be sad. So don't do that. Also, don't forget your tie. I've seen that happen too. Ties are important. I think is that all for dress code? Also, make sure if you're wearing heels, you can walk in them because you're probably going to have to do a lot of walking. And also bring flats. That's a good idea because you don't want to be walking in your heels all the time. I know I like to wear heels when I compete, but wear flats the rest of the time. And also, no flashy jewelry. Jewelry is fine, like pearls or something like that, but you don't want a lot of chunky jewelry on your body that will take away from your professional attire.
With the shoes, just be careful because I promise you will have to run back and forth to the mall across the parking lot in your shoes. So if you're wearing tall heels, that's not going to be very comfortable, and if you take them off, you'll run your hose. So bring flats or wear comfortable shoes.
All right, very good. No, it's right. All right, thank you, officers. Thank you. Now, questions have been asked. How many outfits should I bring? Ladies, you could probably get by with 2. I've seen where gentlemen will bring maybe 1 suit, bring a couple shirts, a couple ties. You need to be in DECA dress when we go to our word session, when you go to your events, and when you pick up the cards. Other times you may be dressed comfortable, but please remember dress code. Don't be wearing anything that's inappropriate, okay? So the dress code, remember the goal is to look professional. And for example, I am not in DECA dress right now. What am I missing? I'm missing a blazer. Okay. All right, folks, I want to go over the rules in a moment, but I wanted to bring Mr. Wade up here. He is the one that will be loading up the buses and give him, so he can share a few words with you on that.
So for the buses, like Baumgartner already said, they have 2 weeks already to sign up. So if they're not sure about it, they'll have to come to me and I'll put them through a whole types of riddles, games for them to figure out what their bus number will be. The buses are DECA, and just like Ms. Baumgartner said, that they'll load at 9:45 and we're leaving right at 10. So please, please, please don't be late.
DECA dress again on the bus.
Yeah, DECA dress again on the bus. Please check in with each officer. There will be several officers on the buses. With the rise in technology, we've created some fun ways to get you guys check in. To check in, it should be pretty efficient with that. So please respect the officers on the bus as well. We would really appreciate that.
Very good, thanks. Okay, folks, this is the fun part.